All right, all right, all right. We are live. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Facebook now. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you all so much for tuning in. My name is Chanel Renee, and I'm excited to come back on here with part two of getting off the fence. Getting off the fence. We had a time last night. I made a commitment to you all to go ahead and do this a series to get you all to jump in the ministry that God has graced me to have called Chapter Next. And Chapter Next is for those women who are struggling and healing from relationship trauma such as divorce or separation or just being single for a period of time that you're uncomfortable with. And so Chapter Next provides that opportunity for you to receive training, for you to receive teaching, for you to receive encouragement, for you to receive restoration from the Father, for you to receive specific dialogue that relates to your situation. The dialogue that we talk about in Chapter Next isn't something that you're going to hear at church all the time, because talking about divorce, talking about separation, talking about being single isn't just something that we talk about at church on Sunday. Okay, the struggles with that, the healing process that you must go through, the forgiveness that you must endure, the forgiveness that you must have for the people in your life that have wronged you or may have wronged you, may have taught you a lesson um, in your deliverance. And so sometimes it's challenging because one of the things that there's a saying that says some situations may break your heart, but it fixes your vision. And ultimately, God wants to get the most and the best out of our lives. And so sometimes we endure heartache. Not that God causes us heartache or he causes us problems or he causes us troubles. He just uses the troubles that we are facing to bring out the best in us. And so as people of God, as children of God, we must continue to persevere through that, because guess what? It won't always be like this. It won't always be like this. So hopefully tonight's encouragement is going to help you to get off the fence. Those of you that are in those three categories: you're single, you're separated, or you're divorced. This Chapter Next is a ministry for you. Jump in, jump in. I need you to get off the fence. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we don't invest in ourselves because we feel like we're not worth it. We may be believing the lies that our exes told us. We may be believing the lies the enemy is telling us, or we may be telling ourselves some lies. And I'm going to need you to stop doing that and put on the belt of truth, because that will help you to discern what's a lie and what is the truth. Okay, the belt of truth is going to help you discern what is a lie and what is the truth. If your ex told you you're not valuable enough, you're not worth anything, nobody will ever want you, and you believed it, that may be keeping you from your spouse. That may be keeping you from what God has for you, because you have dummied yourself down. You have not invested in yourself. You have not done the work necessary to make you fit for what God wants to do in your life. There's things that God has promised us, but we've got to partner with him in order to receive the blessing. We talk about he's going to give me desires of my heart, but we got to partner with him in committing our ways to him. That's the partnership. You got to commit your ways to him, and then he gives you the desires of heart. You keep your part of the deal, and he keeps his part of the deal, right? So we've got to make sure that we are partnering. Bridget, God bless you. God bless you, Malika. God bless you. God bless you, Hector. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Y'all continue to shout out, like, share, comment. I guess that's one of those things I need to say on social media. Like, share, and comment. Share this video, share this link with somebody that you know that need to be on this video. God bless you, Lady Nicholas Stokes. God bless you. But we need to stop partnering with lies and start partnering with the truth. We got to stop partnering with lies and partner with the truth. Well, the truth of the matter is God is our refuge, our strength, a very present help in time of trouble, right? That is the truth. The truth is that no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. That is the truth. So we've got to partner with the truth in order to receive the benefits, right? And so one of the things that we can do with partnering with the truth is actually being coached by somebody who is in or has been in the situation that you're going through, okay? Because being in the situation that you in has given me wisdom on how to pull you through, giving me a passion to want to pull you through, to see your success, to see you overcome, to see your victory, to see your deliverance. All right. And so you got to partner also, not only partner with the truth, but also partner with people who are committed to your victory, who is committed to your deliverance, who's committed to you overcoming. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. So my testimony, guess what? It's going to help you overcome. My testimony is going to help set you free. My testimony is going to help you get delivered. Y'all not talking to me in the comments, and I know you watching, but I need you to understand that when we have testimonies, we've got to be committed to sharing those testimonies. And so chapter next is about helping women see and hear the testimonies of other women who've been where you are and who are overcoming now, right? The ones that are overcoming, the ones that are walking on the other side of their deliverance, the ones that are walking on the other side of their breakthrough. See, you're looking for the breakthrough, but women of God are coming in to show you what's on the other side of the breakthrough, right? So you can set some goals for God and not have these little bitty goals that you have, like we don't serve a great big God, right? We serve a great big God. And so he's looking at your goals like, really, for real, daughter? That's all you're limiting me to, right? You just want to have a man, but no, we want to have a man of God. We need a man that is holy. We want a man who prays not just for himself but for me, who prays for my children, who prays for our destiny, for who prays for our children's future, who prays for our future. Like, don't just settle just to have a man. Just say you got a man, sis. It's not worth. Truly, it is not worth it, right? We've already figured that out. We've already found that out, and so now we've got to make sure that we have specific prayers, right? Because God is able to do exceeding abundantly above that. So I need you to think big. I need you to dream big. I need you to ask big. Somebody say, ask big. Take the limits off. Exactly. Take the limits off. Ask big. Somebody type that in the comments. Ask big. I'm asking big in this season. I'm not limiting God like he's just, one of these guys that's carved out of stone, right? One of these guys that can't even breathe, right? But I'm asking the breath giver, the life giver, the one that said, let there be light, to come in my situation. I need him to come in my situation. And guess what? He will come in your situation, but you got to invite him in. Remember, I told y'all to partner with him. We got to partner with him. Stop partnering with foolishness. Stop partnering with people that ain't praying for you. Let's start with that. Let's stop partnering with people who are not interceding for you. Why? Why are you partnering with people who don't know how to pray for you? Why are you partnering with people who are criticizing you, like critically criticizing you? Why are you partnering with people who are not edifying you, right? Why are you partnering with people who are not pouring into you? I need you to partner in chapter next with women of God that are pouring into you. Women of God who are saying, you know what? I didn't go through that testimony. I didn't go through that challenge. I didn't go through that test. I didn't go through that adversity. I didn't go through that affliction just for me. But I came through that affliction for you, sis. I came through that affliction for you. I came through that adversity for you so I could tell you how to get through it. I came through it so that I can tell you how you can defeat the devil. I'm coming through it. I came through it so I can tell you how you can beat the devil up instead of him beating you up. Y'all not talking to me. I need you all to partner with your own deliverance. I need you to partner with your own deliverance. I need you to be committed to your deliverance. Stop thinking that, because I go to church on Sunday, I'm getting delivered. No, ma'am. This is not something they're going to tell y'all in church. But just because you go to church on Sunday, and you do nothing else, absolutely nothing else throughout the week, that's enough for you to be delivered. Some of these strongholds in our lives are way past just Sunday morning church. Y'all not, I don't hear y'all talking to me. I know I can't hear y'all, but I need to see y'all talking to me in the comments. Stop partnering with negativity and like-minded folks. Listen, we got to stop partnering with small-minded people. I need people around me who think, again, people who ask big. I need those kind of people around me who says, you know what, Chanel, you think it's too small. That's too small for you. I see God his hand on your life, and what you are asking for is too small. I need people around my life to say, you know what you just said right there, that's limited thinking. What you said right there, that's limited talk. What you said right there is minimizing God. You need folks in your life that's going to hold you accountable to seeing God the way he is. Seeing God for being the healer, seeing God for being the provider, seeing God as being the wonderful counselor, seeing God for being the Prince of Peace. Why are you suffering in chaos and living a life of chaos when he is the Prince of Peace? Why are you settling for trauma and toxic situation when he is the Prince of Peace? I need you to know what God you serve, okay? And I need you to go ahead and partner with him and invest in the promise that he has on your life. I'm going to take a little short break real quick because I want to tell you all about this book, because I want to give this book to someone tonight. It's called the Mindset Makeover Journal, all right? And this is a journal that I created a couple of years ago, but it's very, very edifying to the people of God. I recommend it to my clients all the time because this really helps you to reset your mind. The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's right, Bridget. Sometimes when we're thinking too small, it's because we need to transform our thinking. We need to renew our mind. Our mind is in a space, it's like changing the oil. Right? If you keep running your car with the same oil as being running in, guess what? That oil gets super dirty, right? And my dad taught me. I remember I used to think that the mechanics were getting over on me when they were selling me a new oil filter. I was like, you changing the oil, why I need a new filter? Well, because the filter is now gunked up, right? And some of you are processing things that are happening in your life. You're processing conversations through a dirty filter. Y'all not sharing this link because I can tell y'all not sharing this link because I'm walking down your street right now. Some of us have been guilty. I've been guilty of this, of processing a conversation from somebody through a dirty filter, and we wasn't able to receive the word of the Lord because the filter in our minds was filthy because of past hurt, past trauma, past baggage. Right? And we need to renew our mind. We need to reset our mind. We've got to transform our thinking. The Bible instructs us to meditate on his word day and night. And that's how we know our filter is dirty, because we haven't been meditating on his word. When we don't meditate on his word day and night, we process, oh, that person didn't speak to me. Oh, they must don't like me. That person probably just had a crazy day that day, and she not even thinking about you. He not even thinking about you, but you think, oh, because he didn't call me today, he must not like me anymore. He doesn't want a fellowship, or she doesn't like me anymore. We've got to stop processing that and take it to the Lord in prayer. Maybe that person needs you to pray for them, right? And that them not speaking to you, which was out of the ordinary, should cause you to go and pray for them instead of feeling like, oh, well, they don't like me, so I'm not going to like them either. No. As children of God, we've got to stop thinking so small. We've got to stop thinking on that lower level. We got to come up. Chapter Next is going to encourage you. It's going to challenge you to level up your thinking, so that when God does decide to send you somebody, he's going to send you somebody that's mature. And guess what? You're going to be able to match that level, sis. You're going to be able to match that level, because now the stuff that he's thinking, because he's thinking at a higher level, right? He's a mature man of God, and he's a man of God. He's truly a man of God, right? And so because he's truly a man of God, certain things that he may say to you that used to offend you back in the old season, it's not going to offend you anymore. Why? Because you have leveled up your thinking. You have leveled up your thought process. You have transformed your mind. And so though somebody that wants this book, the first person that registers for Chapter Next, I need you to send me an inbox that you registered, and you will get this book. You will inbox me your information so that I can send you this book. This book is a Mindset Makeover Journal. It is prompted. So you can just answer the questions so that you can actually work on transforming your mindset. All right. And so the first person that inboxes me and told me that you have signed up for Chapter Next, you will get this book. You will get this book. All right. So I will talk more about that later on, but I want to give you 5 reasons why you should be a part of Chapter Next. We cannot settle and partner with the promise. That's it. We cannot settle and partner with the promise because the promise isn't settling. The promise is not settling at all. The promise is God's best for us. And God's best for us isn't it's just a settlement. You know how many people that that have walked into my life that get mad because I don't settle. They get mad because we don't settle. Well, guess what? I belong to the King of Kings. You think I'm going to say no, that's not what he promised me, boo. He did not promise me that. Now, I'm not saying that the man of God got to be perfect because I'm not perfect. But what I do know is that I will not settle. I will not settle. I've been through too much to settle. Somebody say I've been through too much to settle. I've been through too much to settle. I've been through too much to settle. Some stuff start to look familiar. It start to look familiar from what I got delivered from. So I will not settle because I know what that looks like. I've been there. Okay. I've been there. God brought me from that. So guess what? this I am not desperate to run back to what God delivered me from. Y'all not saying nothing in the comments. I'm not that kind of desperate, and neither are you, to run back to what God delivered you from. You will never. Listen, when you are truly delivered and healed, and you are invested in your healing, you are invested in your deliverance, you will never get that desperate to where you will run back to where you've been delivered from. Come on, somebody. You will not run back to what God delivered you from because you will say, I've been through too much. God has been too good to me. God has brought me through too much. And he's promised me too much. And I will not run back to what he delivered me from. So we cannot partner with the promise and settle. Not when my God said he could do exceeding abundantly above all I can ask or think. That don't even go together. I'm a partner with what he said, okay? So can I give you all 5 things, and I'm going to jump off of here. 5 reasons why you should be a part of Chapter Next. If you want to be spiritually fed, you're going to partner in Chapter Next. You are going to get off the fence and jump into Chapter Next, all right? If you're not spiritually fed, you will be emotionally led. If you are not spiritually fed, you will be emotionally led. That's why some of y'all are still in relationships out of emotions because you're not being spiritually fed. You're settling for relationships that you know isn't God's best for you. You are settling and staying in relationships that is not God's best for you. You need a prayer strategy on how to be obedient and walk through the escape. Listen, I've been there. Let me tell you, I've been there. I remember I was with, and this is going to be the short version of the story, but I remember I was with a guy that I had no business being with. And God had been telling me, you need to break up with him. You need to break up with him. And he wasn't a bad guy, I guess, by the world standards, but he wasn't the man of God for me. And so I said, well, God, I really don't have the strength to do it. I'm going to need you to create that way, that door, that way of escape for it to happen. And guess what God did? And it was like a mutual, we just knew. It was like one day we just saw each other. It was like, this ain't it. And it was like, okay. And I didn't go back. Now, trust me, the devil tried to send them back. You know how the devil would do. He would try to send them back and see if you still stupid. But guess what? By God's grace, God kept me. So listen, we've been there. We've been there where God is telling you, no, he ain't the one, sis. She not the one, bro. Right? And God is looking to see if you're going to be obedient. And guess what? Even if you don't have the strength to do it, but believe me, God's grace is sufficient. He will make a way for you. Listen, God loves us that much. If we are willing to partner with him, he will make a way for us to cut that thing off and dust our feet off and keep it moving. Amen. So Don't be emotionally led, be spiritually fed. If you want to be spiritually fed, in addition to your Sunday morning shout down, come in chapter next. All right. Um, um, if you want a stronger prayer life, if you want a stronger plan and a stronger prayer life as a single woman, a divorced woman, or a separated woman, you definitely want to jump in chapter next. All right. Stronger prayer life. You want to be spiritually fed. You want a stronger prayer life. If you don't want any of these things, then don't jump in chapter next. But if you want these things, definitely jump in chapter next. If you want to be healed so deeply, I kind of mentioned this earlier, be healed so deeply that you stop trying to make sense of the foolishness. Sometimes I remember with that same situation, I kept trying to negotiate with God. I kept not trying to negotiate with God, like, well, he's not really that bad. And he kind of does this. I know this ain't all the way right, but this is what, I was negotiating. Why? Why do we try to make sense of foolishness? Right? That's because we are not being spiritually fed in that area. We need to get healing. Sometimes we settle because we've been hurt in the past, and so we need healing in that area, so we stop trying to make excuses for foolishness. All right, so if you want to be healed in that area, definitely you want to jump in chapter next. Also, to be aligned with God's will for your life. Again, I was trying to negotiate a foolish situation with God that was not in alignment with his will for my life. And sometimes we gotta, well, all the time, we need to be in alignment with God's will. Not my will, but your will be done. We need to be in alignment with God's will. I know he fine, sis, but he ain't the will of God for you. I know she fine, bro. She not the will of God for you. Okay? So we want to be in alignment and trust God, because sometimes what may be fine to us is foolishness to God. And he knows all and he sees all, and the things that we think we know, we don't know. And so God knows. And so when you get that thing in your spirit and God is like, yeah, no, that ain't it. Listen, it will save you. Okay. It will save you. All right. And so, being in alignment and not being afraid to trust God, not being afraid to wait on God, not being afraid for him to renew your strength as you're waiting. If you want that, definitely you need to jump in chapter next. Listen, those of you watching on YouTube, it is in the description notes below. The link to jump in is in the description notes below. Those of you watching on Facebook, it is in the caption above me. Jump in. Like I said, whoever jumps in and you send me a message and say you jumped in and you signed up, you will get this journal. I will send you this journal. All right. Those of you that are still on the fence, but you want this journal, you can get it on Amazon. All right. And it's Chanel Renee. You can just look and see all the books that I have on Amazon at Chanel Renee. All right. The promises of God are valuable. Absolutely. The promises of God are valuable. The fourth reason why you should jump in. This is part 2. So if you didn't get the first 5 reasons from yesterday, that was part 1. You can go back and watch yesterday's live. But all of the reasons to jump in chapter next are great reasons to jump in. But let me give you the fourth reason jump in. If your purpose is being challenged, this is a reason to jump in chapter next. Oftentimes when we come through a life-changing experience, such as a breakup or divorce, it's a life-changing experience, and our purpose will be challenged, because sometimes we will feel like, well, God, did you really call me to do that? Are you really calling me to what I think you're calling me to? Or maybe I don't want this call anymore. Or maybe I'm not good enough for this call, right? Or maybe, I'm in this pit. How am I supposed to get to the palace where these folks are honoring me, and I'm stuck here in this pit? So you again, your faith is being challenged and your purpose is being challenged. God is a deliverer. Listen, Joseph was supposed to get to the palace because he needed to be in a seat of authority to deliver his people, right? And so when they threw him in the pit, God had to say, you know what? Nope, that's not where he's going to end up. And I got to get him out of that pit for these folks kill him. He is not going to allow people to kill your promise. That's why I had to break up with that dude, because it was hindering the promise and the purpose of God on my life. I had to break up with him because it was hindering the purpose that God had on my life. Y'all not catching this. I had to break up with the dude because it was hindering the purpose that God had on my life. God just changed my entire desire for him. Okay? God literally changed my heart towards him. He changed my desire towards him. I wasn't even attracted to him anymore. Right? And when God did all that, I had no strength left. I said, God, you have to just break this up. But I don't like him anymore. I'm not attracted to him anymore. I have no desire to be with him anymore. All of those things had to happen because that was hindering God's purpose in my life. All right. So if your purpose is being challenged, you need to jump in chapter next. You need to get the support, the spiritual support to get through this. Okay. Especially going through a divorce. Oh my God, there's so many things that are being challenged going through a divorce. If you have children with the person you're going through the divorce from, challenge. You definitely need to jump in chapter next. I need you all to tag, share this link with somebody that you know is going through that kind of a situation, because this is the support, spiritual support that they need. All right. And then the fifth thing, and I'm out, is you under pressure to compromise. Another reason to jump in chapter next is because you're under pressure to compromise. Now, some of you may be on here and you may not be under any pressure at all. Okay. Life is just dandy for you. Okay. And God bless you for that. God bless you. If your life is just peaches and cream, God bless you. All right. To God be the glory. But if your purpose is being challenged and you're under pressure to compromise, you need to be a part of chapter next. Because again, that additional spirit spiritual training that you're going to get in chapter next is going to be vital for you to get through this season in your life. Okay, going through a breakup, going through a divorce is a challenging season because you go through all the stages of grief. Okay, you go through all the stages of grief and you get confused and you need clarity and you want to make sure you heard from God. If God is still speaking with you, if God is still cares about you, if he still loves you, if he still got a purpose for you, if his plans for you have changed, all of that is going to go through your mind. And I need you to be in a safe space to go through that and not feel condemnation and shame. Y'all, I felt condemnation and shame for years until I realized that why? God doesn't waste, he doesn't waste anything. What God has done in my life, he is going to use it. And he has been using it. Y'all believe me when I tell you God has been using what I've gone through in my life. He has been using it over and over and over and over again for his glory. And I give God the glory for that. And so for you that may be feeling shame, feeling condemnation, feeling pressure to compromise, I need you to be a part of chapter next so that God can really, really love on you and heal you in those areas so that you can be effective in the kingdom. You can still be effective. I don't care what anybody's telling you. Just because you've gone through a divorce doesn't mean that you can't be effective. You can still be effective in the kingdom. God can still use you. His plans for you didn't change. His plans for you didn't fall to the ground. His plans for you he didn't just change his mind. God can still use you, and you can let him use you. It's okay. Let him use you. Tell the devil he's a liar. God can still use you. So listen, I want to know if you're going to be a part of, if you're ready to get off the fence. That's my question tonight. Are you ready to get off the fence? If you're ready to get off the fence, I need you to go ahead and click that link in the description box. Those of you on YouTube, in the description notes below, or in the caption above me. Those of you watching on Facebook, go ahead and click that link. See what chapter next is all about. There's actually a free session in that on that website for you as well. So if you want to know me and say, hey, I need to know who I'm talking to. There is a free session for you in there as well. And of course, the first person that jumps in tonight from this live will get this mindset makeover journal absolutely free. All right. I see you all. God bless you, sister Rachel. God bless you, sister Annette. Good to see you, my sister. God bless you. God bless you, Eric. God bless you, David. God bless you, Michael. God bless you. God bless you, Lisa. God bless you, Sister Lisa. Melissa, God bless you. I see you. God bless you all for jumping in. Those of you that have shared, say hashtag shared. Go ahead and do the hashtag shared so I can know you shared. I may go ahead and give away something else tomorrow night. So come on back with me tomorrow night. I may go ahead and give away something else for all the people that helped the lady out and share this video, share this link. I dare you to share it with your favorite person. Okay, share it with your favorite person that you know will be blessed from this video. Thank you, Dr. Clark, for sharing. You're awesome. Yes, so yeah, I may come back on tomorrow night and do a giveaway for those um who shared the video. But tonight is for the person who signs up for chapter next. Okay, those of you that are clients of mine, I can't tell you who are clients of mine, but if you have been a client of mine or you are a client of mine, you actually see, this is the favor on your life if we when you become a client. Okay, because y'all know my clients don't play about me and I don't play about them. Okay, so if you're a client of mine, you can actually be a part of chapter next and bring a friend for free. Did y'all know that? If you are a client of mine, you can join chapter next and bring a friend for free. That is the favor that is upon your life when you when you're a client at Priceless and Beyond. Um, all right, Sister Annette, God bless you. But thank you so much for sharing. God bless you. God bless you. All right. So yes, if you are a client, you can bring a friend for free to chapter next. And if you're not a client of mine, but you sign up tonight, you get this journal. All right. This is a good journal from me. Okay. All right. So if you know somebody that needs this journal, go ahead and be a blessing and sign them up for chapter next. How about that? How about you be a, maybe you don't need chapter next because you're not a single woman or a divorced woman or a woman that's separated, but you know somebody that needs chapter next. Go ahead and sign them up and get this journal. Be a blessing. Be a blessing to the women of God and sign your friends up. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was so good to see you all tonight. I'm going to jump off and yes, I'm going ahead and jump off and see what the Lord is saying for me this evening. But I love you all with the love of the Lord. You all know that, and there's nothing you can do about it. So to all my friends, family, frenemies, and enemies, God bless you. Let the Lord use you and continue to be a blessing. All of y'all are a blessing. Listen, even the enemies are a blessing because y'all keep me praying. Okay? Y'all keep me praying and staying in the will of God. So God bless you. God bless you, Dr. Yvette. So good to see you, sis. So good to see you. I'm proud of what God is doing in your life. I'm so excited about what God is doing in your life. So to God be the glory for all of that he has done for each and every one of you. God bless you. I will see you all tomorrow night. Talk to you soon. Bye.